All right, so I've made up my mind. There is a player that, honestly, the Calgary Flames, let's be real here, they've been trying to fill one more top nine spot since they had this huge offseason with Huberdeau, Weegar, Kadri, right? Like, they tried to go down the Evan Rodriguez route. They tried with the PTO with Sonny Milano. It is not working out. And, of course, even with a guy like Tyler Toffoli, who's even already in the organization, he has looked shaky at best alongside Lindholm and Huberdeau. They need somebody to step up there. People are suggesting Mangiapane. Also, there's Dylan Dubé, who's contending for a higher spot in the lineup. So, with all these things in mind, let's be real here. The Flames need another guy who can slip into the top line and play, whether it's the first line with the big boys, the second line if Kadri needs somebody new to ride shotgun with him, or on that third line if you want to make him ride with Backlund. You need somebody who's versatile, who can score, who's not going to cost too much money, and preferably somebody who's big, right? Because you want to throw somebody on a type of energy line too, maybe, who could bump and bruise and hit and fight. Because, especially if you're going to be getting rid of this player that I'm about to suggest, who you probably will need to ship out in this type of trade in order to make the money work. Who am I talking about? It's Montreal Canadiens forward Josh Anderson. I really believe this guy's such a perfect fit for the Calgary Flames. We know that Kent Hughes and Brad Treliving have done business before. They like doing business together. It would not be new for them, given the Tyler Toffoli trade. And honestly, historically, Calgary and Montreal like making trades together for some reason. But yeah, I think Anderson would be perfect. I know the first thing you're thinking, dude, Anderson's got $5.5 million for 5 years here. How on earth is this going to get worked out? Okay, I have 2 words for you as the answer. Milan Lucic. Okay, he's making upwards of $6 million, but only for this season. Okay, so yes, while that's not an attractive thing for the Habs, they have tons of cap space with Carey Price being put on LTIR. Also, guys like Byron being up there. They're going to be shipping out guys like Dadonov, Hoffman. Some of these guys are going to get moved, which is going to give them more cap space because those guys are probably going to be given away for draft capital and prospects who do basically nothing for your salary cap bottom line. So, if you take on a Lucic, if you're a rebuilding team in Montreal, that's doable, especially if you're shipping out the 5.5 of Josh Anderson. For the Flames side of things, all of a sudden that works, and you've got 5 years with a guy who can play anywhere in your top line, first, second, or third line, signed for 5 years, only 28 years old, and bang, he can be a part of your core. He can help keep that window open for the cup for the Flames, because as you know, Huberdeau's not 19, Kadri's not 20. Like, these guys are in their late 20s, going to be jumping into their early 30s real quick, and they're signed long term. So this window needs to be kept open for as long as possible, and a guy like Josh Anderson absolutely does that if he's signed for the next 5 years. Now, is this something that happens maybe toward the trade deadline? Probably if it were to happen, but I think it makes a ton of sense. And the fact that the Flames are looking for one now, I know Kent Hughes is very reluctant to trade away Josh Anderson, but I do think that the Flames, they're in their cup contending window. They realize how important it is to bring a cup back to Calgary, clearly, with these acquisitions they've made. And I understand Brad Treliving lately has been giving first-round picks away like candy. Gave one away to Montreal, turned into Philip Machar. There was one given away in the Sean Monahan trade as well in order for the Habs to take him, right? So, again, like I said, these two teams, they like making trades with each other. And, hey, they still have their first-round pick from 2023 and their first from 2024, as well as their second from 2024 and 2023. So right there, you've got plenty of attractive trade chips to go and get Josh Anderson. Now, do I think this is going to happen right now? No, I do not, because I think that not only do the Habs want to wait and see how Anderson meshes with the kids this season, I think the Flames want to see how good or underwhelming Josh Anderson would be this season, but if he keeps playing textbook hockey, plays the hockey that he's played the past 2 years in Montreal, he's going to be a very attractive option for the Calgary Flames and absolutely could fetch a first-round pick. Plus, don't forget there's prospects in the Flames organization that are pretty valuable, like And they just played, and let me tell you, like, they're good prospects, but not quite good enough to crack the roster of the Flames that have so many NHL-ready players. Guys like Connor Zary, Jacob Pelletier, even a guy, he's not really a prospect, he's older now, but Matthew Phillips. Like, there's some players there that are good trade bait, honestly, that you could throw in a trade as a prospect. Don't forget, Emil Heineman, he was a Flames prospect given away to the Montreal Canadiens. He looks pretty good right now, doesn't he? So this is just something that I think absolutely could work. And honestly, this is something to me that it just makes too much sense. It makes so much sense. And again, I want to thank the commenter who suggested this. I can't remember the name. Hopefully I'll put it on the screen. But hey, I really, really do think that this is something that should work. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.